My video for July the 2nd, 2019 is video number 3134. The title is a question. Are we stuck in a time loop? John Panella wrote 3 books called the Time-Loop Chronicles, books 1, 2, and 3. I have now listened to most of the first one. It is said to be fiction, but I wonder, are we actually caught in a time loop that keeps repeating? I am taking the time to actually have Ivona Reader read these books to me, 8 in all. Even if they are not 100% accurate, they surely provide a lot of food for thought. Certainly the concept of reincarnation is a loop of some kind. As I've said previously, I think that concept was taken out of the Bible, or at least downplayed in modern Christianity. Are we all participating in a great deception? Yes, I think we have been lied to for eons. But is time also part of the illusion? Round and round we go. Will we ever get to the truth and a place where we can love and be loved? I was introduced to John Panella's books some time ago, but in listening to, I didn't re-listen yet to book 3, but I've listened to now 1, 2, 4, and 5, and most of the 6th one, which is the first of the Time-Loop Chronicles. And a friend had recommended these to me probably 6 or 7, maybe even 8 years ago. And I looked at them back then, but now I'm looking at them with fresher eyes. In other words, I've had more experience as time has passed, as we all do, as we live in this world. Things happen, and we have different perspectives at different points in our life. This is just a reality. And for someone like me, who has always been a seeker and always been willing to think outside the box, things like the Time-Loop Chronicles and John Panella's other books, these things make me re-examine much of what I've believed. Of course, as I've said in other videos, I realize now that the Bible is a mixed bag. Probably all sacred books are mixed bags. None of them are 100% truthful or accurate. I mean, we live in a world of great deception. And no matter how much we try to think that our particular brand of a religion or an ideology is the correct one, even if it's atheism, we can't know for sure, because none of us, including me, have all of the pieces of the puzzle. We've been given certain things that we each deal with in our individual lives, but that's all that we can determine for sure. And sometimes we even question, did I really experience what I thought I did 10 years ago or 20 years ago, or in my childhood or in my adolescence? We tend, whether we intend to do that or not, we tend to distort things. And of course, the world itself is a distortion. He's suggesting that the firmament and the sky is a projection. Well, flat earth people would love to hear that. That's what some of them are saying. It's just a projection. It's not the reality. That we didn't really go to the moon, and the moon isn't really as big as what we think it is, and neither is the earth. Everything is relative, right? Or is it? I don't know. I scratch my head and question, what the heck is my purpose for being here? I've tried since I was a youth to do the right thing, to learn the truth. I've been willing to explore. And I wish everyone was willing to explore, but most are not. Now, some people reach a point where they realize they're destroying their lives, and they do make turnarounds. There is such a thing as repentance, where people are going a certain direction and all of a sudden they say, hey, wait a minute, this is not a place where I want to be, and it's certainly not leading to a place I want to go. So there are turnarounds. There are people that actually do have transformative experiences. Even atheists, sometimes when they have near-death experiences, end up recognizing that there's something beyond what we call human life. And they get a little taste of the beyond, and they come back and they say, ooh, wait a minute. It's not what I think it was. Life doesn't really end when we die. Life goes on. And there are people, as I've said, that have experiences and have come back to tell about it. They've crossed over and returned. And I'm talking about people in the same lifetime, not reincarnation at this point. But of course, we do have stories of children, especially, that remember where they were in the previous lifetime and have been and much of what they have revealed has been verified. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of cases have been verified by scholars that are looking, just trying to determine what evidence there is that this life is not all there is. It's a repetitive cycle. Round and round we go. Will we ever get to where we can start loving one another? Will we ever get to the place where we actually know the truth that's supposed to set us free? Obviously, to me, religion has not been that the place where we can determine truth, because it's all been distorted, and the focus is usually put on the greatest distortions, not on the commonality. It is commonality that all religions talk about love, but how many religious people actually practice loving? How many people actually are able to think outside the box and to build bridges and to do the best they can in their lifetime to take down the walls that have separated them from everyone else? Obviously, to me, those that are in leadership positions, for the most part, are dark souls. They do not routinely tell the truth, and when one among them starts telling the truth, they end up getting ostracized or killed, as I said so many times. We have to somehow, I hope, we have to have the creator, the first cause, take responsibility. And that's not something that the first cause or the creator does by itself. And I say it because I believe it's both he and she, or maybe something that is totally genderless, which we might call an it. But in any case, I don't believe it's an accident. Will that first cause take action of correction? I hope so. Otherwise, I will feel that this time around the merry-go-round has been just a not very funny amusement park. And that will leave me in a state of despair, realizing that, once again, I've been deceived, even though I've tried all my life to be one who embraces the truth and seeks to find answers to questions and problems that we all face as human beings. Thank you, folks, for listening, and once again, namaste.